Hey everybody, happy Friday. My hair looks so weird, guys. I use like the waver wand thing that I have, and like I'm like not sure how I feel about it. If you're watching this part of the video, you're watching the replay, hashtag replay, so I know you're here, you hung out. And if you don't know me, my name's LeeAnn Beatty. I am a beauty influencer with the company Farmasi. I will not be posting my link currently right now with just everything going on in the world. I like to just put that like disclaimer out there. If you know you're interested in anything you see, let me know and just message me, but I don't want to be putting my link out there right now. Hey Juanita, if you're popping on, say hey. Hey Laura, hey Alyssa, hey Mariah. Yeah guys, so like I used that like, it's like Revlon or something. They have like a little wand thing. And, or not wand, I don't know, reminds me of like a crimper, like, you know, back in the 90s when we crimped our hair instead of using braids. But like, it's like a, I don't know, it does waves. I like it, but I feel like my hair just looks so poofy. What do you guys think? Sorry about the lighting. Typically the lighting isn't bad here. Hey Brittany. Hey Liliana. Hey Renee. But yeah, the lighting's kind of like weird. I feel like I look a little green. I don't know, might just be the light. I don't know. I'm not even gonna bother with it today. So we're gonna do a little bit of makeup because it's like been a hot minute since I've used makeup. I don't know, just with everything going on in the world, I just haven't been doing anything. Hey Cheyenne. You know, I throw on my mascara in the morning and some brow gel, and that's like all I've been doing. I kind of fell out of the routine of my skincare. I need to kind of get back into that. Hey, Stephanie. Get back into the swing of that as well. It's just been like, I don't know, like you just get home now and you're just like, bleh. Anybody else feel like that? Like you're just like, ugh. Like my hours have been cut at work. Obviously with all this going on. And, you would think we'd have like more energy, but I don't know, just being stuck in the house is so draining. But like I get home from work and I'm like, I just don't feel like doing anything. It's just like so bad. So if you catch me looking this way, that's where my mirror is. And it is so dirty, it needs to be cleaned so bad. So bad. Hope everybody had a nice Easter if you celebrate. Hope everybody's doing all right. Not that this is like the right way to clean your mirror, but we make do with what we got. All right, so I think what I want to do today is use the Luminous Serum Foundation. It's been like a hot minute since I've used this, and I kind of miss it. And this gives like a medium to full coverage, and I do have quite a few blemishes, so I'm just gonna conceal a few of those really quick. The breakouts have been so real, guys, since all of us went down, like started going down, like stress breakouts are like a real thing. I never break out. It's like stress, and I have, you know, it's that time of the month, and just like, ugh, so over it. And yes, I'm using my finger because, well, it was the closest thing to me. So this concealer is considered a full coverage. I do find that if you use a beauty blender, the beauty blender does like kind of absorb some of it, which is why I use my finger so that it actually works. And I cleaned my foundation brush finally, guys. It's like, looks brand new again. Finally. It's so gross and gunky. Hey, Melinda. So I'm going to just, you know what? I'm going to actually just drop it to my face because like whatever, right? Put on some of the Luminous Serum today. So this is great for dry skin. It's very hydrating, but not like greasy. This is like, I keep saying like this is my favorite and that's my favorite, and like the thing is that like there isn't a foundation thus far that I've used from Farmasi that I didn't really love. Their CC cream is great. Their BB cream is great. Like, the coverage is just there, guys. And, like, foundation doesn't go in your eyelashes, LeeAnn. Like, the formulas of them just, like, are high quality is all I can say. Because, like, I've used a lot of foundations, and a lot of them that I use, like, midday either start wearing off or they don't sit right on my face. And this, like, all of the foundations I've tried from Farmasi, like, have lasted me, like, you know, a full day, like 13, 14 hours, you know, and look as great as when, like, you first put them on, which is nice. Because I'm that person that I'm like, if I'm going to put my makeup on in the daytime, like, I don't want it to look like crap if, I mean, I'm going out, which right now we can't do that, but you know what I mean. We feeling the boredom hugs? Yeah. I don't know, guys. Like, luckily I'm still working. Like, thank God. I don't think I'd be going crazy if I wasn't. Like, just being home is so boring. Hey, Eleanor. It's just so boring. Like, and me and my mom have been making masks to donate and, like, for people in the community. And that's been keeping us busy. But at the same time, I'm like, if you keep doing one of the same things, like, it's just as boring as not doing anything, you know? So, like, we got to the point last night where we're both, like, trying to finish up a couple orders. We only have, like, 13 masks left to make out of, like, 200 originally. And we were both like, I just don't want to do this anymore today. Like, I'm done. So I figured I'd come on here and do some makeup and do something different. Drop in the comments, like, what you have been doing for yourself to, like, stay busy during this time. Like, is there something in particular that you've been, like, doing? And I'm just adding a little bit of this foundation because it is buildable just on that, like, rosiness on my cheeks, just to kind of make sure it's fully covered. Like I said, this is, like, a medium to full coverage. Which, if you don't have, like, rosacea, it's probably more of the full coverage for you, but I just noticed a little bit of pink that peeks through. So I like to go in with, like, a flat foundation brush first. And then once I do that, I go in with, like, my beauty blender, like a blending sponge type of thing, and I just kind of, like, even everything out. And the reason I do that is just so that, like, any kind of, like, brush streaks get, like, blurred, you know? And guys, I'm not even joking. Like, I have a sports bra on. I've been wearing sports bras like crazy just because, like, they're just more comfortable. What is going on? Okay, there we go. They're just more comfortable. And I don't know if this one's just tight because it came out of the dryer or whatnot, or if it's my anxiety, because my anxiety has been so bad, but, like, I feel like I can't breathe. I literally feel like I'm, like, ugh, suffocating here. My anxiety does that. Like, when I have really bad anxiety, I, like, stop breathing. I'm like, I can't breathe. Something's wrong. And my allergies have been so bad, which is, like, jump-starting my asthma. So, like, it's just been, like, a hot mess. Like, I mean, you can't live if you can't breathe, guys, right? Like, body's got to get it together. And then, like, you can't breathe and you're like, shoot, do I have the virus? And it's like, no, LeeAnn, like, relax. Like, relax. Hey, Sarah. Just adding right there. I could see a little bit of pink. Rosacea for the win, guys. Just kidding. I have noticed, though, my rose water has helped tone it down a bit, which is really nice. Hey, Angelica. So we're popping on, say hey. I'm going to do, like, a full face today. I think we're going to do some eyeshadow, too. Just do something. Like, when you look good, you feel good. I have to order a new concealer soon. This one's, like, just about 4 months old. And I think it's time to get a new one. Like, I've had it since I signed up, like, I think on New Year's Eve or the day before New Year's Eve. And I ordered it that night. So it has lasted me a hot minute. And you like get it and you're like, dang, that's small. It like a little bit goes a really long way, guys. So I think today, I texted my mom this morning because she was in bed still. I shouldn't even say this morning. It's like almost noontime when I texted her. She just likes to stay in bed, which I don't blame her. She's not working, so she's taking full advantage of like life as like a retired person, I guess. I don't know what's going on with the lighting here. Like, I don't know why I look green. Like, I'm sitting in front of my window with a ring light. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, she had said last night, she was like, why don't we make like chicken parm for dinner? Like, that would be something different, because like we have been eating the same stuff for like the past couple weeks, because it's like, you know, like there's only so much you have in your house, and like no one wants to go grocery shopping right now. So she's like, why don't we make chicken parm? I was like, ooh, that sounds like great. Like, I haven't had chicken parm in a while. And I was sitting there downstairs, like in my bedroom, and I'm like, oh my God. I was like, we should make homemade pasta today. So I texted her, and I was like, want to make homemade pasta? And she was like, I thought we were going to make more masks. And I was like, nah, I think I need a break today. Like, I have 11 left. I can get that done Sunday, because David has drill. I'm like, I'd rather do that when I have nothing to do than, like, you know. So I think if I can convince her, we're going to make some homemade pasta. Which, I mean, is probably a smart thing anyway to do, because, like, the grocery stores don't have any anymore. So, has anybody else noticed that? Like, there's, like, a shortage of pasta? It makes me so sad, because, like, pasta is my favorite. Pretty much anything Italian is, like, my go-to. We ended up going grocery shopping last night. So I needed to get, like, I made, like, a mini list of, like, stuff that I noticed that, like, me and David needed. And then, you know, went to my parents' list just to see what they needed. And I was like, you know, if we have time, we'll, like, stop at the grocery store and grab a few things. Like, it was, like, 7:30 or whatever. So we drive around. We found a grocery store that was open. They were, like, closing at 8. So we had, like, by the time we got there, we had, like, maybe, like, 15 minutes or so before they closed. So we went, like, I don't want to waste that. We went, like, crazy fast running through the store trying to get everything we needed. And, like, I kid you not, guys, I had, like, a full-blown, like, panic attack. I was, like, yelling at him. I was like, hurry up, let's go. Like, I don't want to be in here. And I was like, I'm sorry I'm yelling at you, but, like, I don't like it. Like, just so freaked out. I need to organize my makeup, guys. It's, like, in a big container here. I used to have, like, organizers, and I don't know where any of them are anymore. So I'm just going to go with this. I was going to use just, like, a brow pencil, but it's hiding from me. So I'll just go with the brow pomade instead today. Hey, Nicole. So, yeah, brow pomade. I'm actually a big fan of this because it's not super, like, thick. It's more of, like, a moussey kind of texture, which I like. And it's not, like, how do I explain it? Like, it's not fully opaque. Does that make sense? So, like, there are some pomades I've used that, like, if I dip it in, it goes on so dark that I'm like, okay, well, now it looks like I freaking, like, tattooed, like, a solid tattoo on my eyebrow. You know what I mean? So I like that this one's more of, like, it just looks more natural. Which I really like. So, like, I can end up brushing this out, and then it just kind of looks like a normal eyebrow, you know? My eyebrows are pretty thin. So I do have, like, a hard time with, like, my brows because, like, I don't like my makeup looking like not natural. I like it to just kind of enhance what I already have, like, as a face. So, you know, I don't like when things look drawn on. Sorry, I had a phone call Don't worry, guys. It was only spam. Because, like, no one actually wants to call me. But, yeah. So, I just, like, kind of enhancing what's already there. It's just kind of tough with certain things, especially in my brows, because they're so, like, they're so sparse. Hey, Shayna. You guys pop on, say hey. It definitely, hey, Giuseppina. It's definitely nicer when you're talking to someone on here than, like, just talking to yourself, you know? So, I actually am one of those people that when I do my makeup, I just, like, grab whatever I find next. So, like, some people are like, okay, like, I'm going to do my face, I'm going to highlight, I'm going to contour, then I'll do my brows, and I'm going to do this. So, like, I've done my face, I'm doing my brows, then I'll probably contour, then I'll do, like, my mascara. Like, I never do things in order. Does anybody else do that with their makeup? Or, like, do they have, like, a routine? Like, do you always start with one thing, end with one thing, you know? What do you guys do? My brows are also far from being twins. They're not even, like, related. So, that's another hard thing I personally deal with when doing my brows. I don't get my brows, like, waxed or threaded or anything because I don't have a lot of brow hairs. So if, like, one gets plucked, it can literally, like, destroy the entire, like, look of my eyebrows. We got quite the amount of walkers walking by our house today. It's quite funny. Here we go. Hey, Nicolette! Did you end up ordering any makeup yet? We were talking. Nicolette joined Farmasi under me last week. And she was, like, messaging me, and she's like, oh, my God, like, there's so much. Like, how do you just choose? And I'm like, literally, that, like, was the problem with me, too. I just wanted everything. Like, literally, how do you pick and choose? When I started, yes, girl. When I started, I ended up buying, like, the stuff I knew I would get, like, a full face out of, you know? So, like, I had stuff to, like, try. I'm officially broke. Oh, no. I feel that. I, like, got my stimulus check this week. And this girl likes her credit cards, and they're all pretty much maxed out. So I was like, I'm going to use them to my credit cards. And then David was sitting there the other day, and he's like, we should redo the bathroom. And I'm like, okay. He's like, I mean, we're paying off the bills anyway. So he's like, we may as well do something, like, you know, different with that money. And I was like, okay. So, you know, used half that check to just, like, buy stuff to redo our bathroom. And now he's like, I want to pull the shower out, and I want to, like, do, like, replace the toilet. And I'm like, bro, you need to, like, chill the F out, because, like, that's just not how it's gonna work. We're not doing all of that. Like, I'll paint, like, add new things, like, decor, but, like, we're not gonna do that right now. Hey, Crystal. Hey, Christina. Oh, hello. Hello, puppies. Did you just walk in here just so the door was open? Okay, bye. Oh, puppies. So I think I'm going to use the Mirage palette today. This is from Coastal Scents. This is not Farmasi related. I will be honest, I don't feel like Farmasi has a lot of options right now for eyeshadows. I'm not a big fan of, like, the one mono type of, I don't know, like, eyeshadow. It's just not me. I'm not a big fan of those. So, I use a lot of the stuff I already had, which, I mean, doesn't bother me at all because I have so much stuff. Plus, like, I have so many different color eyeshadows. It's really the last thing I need. I will say the Smoky Eye Trio palette is great just because, like, it's, like, perfect for a smoky eye. But if I'm being honest, it's, like, my one, like, complaint with Farmasi is that I feel like their trio palettes for their eyeshadow are a bit overpriced for what you get. So that's just my personal opinion. I told you guys always keep it 100 with you guys. I don't ever lie to you. I will be like straight up. So yeah, that's kind of like my thoughts on the shadows. They're great shadows. I just don't think that, like for what you get, like the price that you pay is really worth it, you know? You know, I am a beauty influencer, so I get 50% off of it. So like, it's not terrible, but like, I don't find that that's like really worth $20. And I'm sure a lot of other people feel that way, but like, to be honest, there are so many other palettes and other places to get eyeshadow that I feel like eyeshadow is like the last thing that like people are really looking for, unless they're looking for like a specific type of look. So, I mean, yeah. I feel like eyeshadow is like that added thing to makeup. And this sports bra is killing me. So annoying. And this chair is stuck. I'm just like a mess today. Like woke up, I was ready for the day. I like came upstairs, my mom was sleeping, and I was like, hey, like come hang out with me. And she was like, I'm just gonna close my eyes for a few more minutes. And that few more minutes turned into like, I don't know, probably another like 2 hours. So I took that pink color from the Coastal Scents palette. That was the palette, the Mirage palette. And then I have another palette from the same company. It's just the Warm palette. So they're just all different colors. I'm just taking a brown to kind of neutralize this just a little bit. I'm sweating. I'm like right under the vent. It's like blowing. And just kind of blending that kind of in the crease as well. So what has everybody kind of like been up to? Like, have people been like binge watching Netflix and like Hulu? Have you like found an activity or like a hobby that you've been like, you've picked up since all of this became like a thing? Like, what is everybody doing? Because like, I feel like I'm at the point now where I'm like, I don't really know. Like, I started reading, guys. I don't typically read. I used to, and then like I stopped. But there's an author, Serena, I forget her last name, Serena something. Hobby eating and gaining weight. Yes, I've been doing that too, a lot of that. Hey Sue. Her name's Serena something. I can't remember her last name. But she writes books about like Disney villains, but like the Disney villains backstory as to like why they became a villain. Like we all know I love Disney. So I started reading those. I read one over the summer. One over the summer. I read one a couple weeks ago, and then I just started another one. So I'm reading the one about Ursula right now. And I read up on, what were the other ones I read? The Beast and the Evil Queen from Snow White. They're pretty good, and I mean, they're entertaining, so like, that's been giving me something to do, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't want to just read, you know, like, kind of gets boring. Where did you get those? So, to be honest, I have a library card for the kids that I nanny. We go to the library a lot. And there's apps actually that you can like hook up your library card to and like pretty much rent online. So I just read it from my iPad. It's called Hoopla. But you can get them on like, they're on Amazon and all of like those types of places. They're probably on like ebooks and Kindle and Nook or any of those types of things. So you could probably find them for fairly cheap. But yeah, I stumbled upon them over the summer and I was like, okay. And they're like really good. The Evil Queen one was like awesome. And then if you like Beauty and the Beast one's like really cool. Unpopular opinion, Beauty and the Beast is probably my least favorite of the Disney princess movies. I know that's kind of crazy for some people to hear. Hey Sam. Hey Brenna. So yeah, like Beauty and the Beast is my favorite. It's like the backstory. It was a really interesting story, but like I wasn't like, oh my god, because it's just, I'm not like a big fan of the Beast. I shouldn't say that. It's just not my favorite. And then So far, the Ursula one is like so awesome. I'm like really liking it. And like, I don't want to like spoil anything, but like, I don't know if you guys have heard of the Odd Sisters. Like, I think they're mentioned in Hercules originally. Like the evil witches. They're pretty much mentioned in all of those books. Like, they have something to do with everything. So, it's kind of cool that, like, the author took the, like, original movies, tied it all in together, and then, like, made a story of, like, the villains. So, they're going to read either Maleficent or Mother Gothel next. I'm not sure. I want to put, like, a pretty shimmery something right here, I think, today. Maybe I'll go... Can't see them. No, I was right the first time. This one. But yeah, the books are really cool. And they're probably on more than just one app. That's just the app that I use. It's called Hoopla, Hoopla. And it's tough right now because, like, I don't think the library is even open for, like, a library card, which is crazy. And, like, mine from when I was a kid got discontinued. Like, PBD, like deactivated it, and I had to go get a new one. Hey, Jessie! So I've been doing that, and we've been binge watching How to Get Away with Murder. Which I like really like that show, but I also think it's been sparking my anxiety more because it's like so like suspenseful and like kind of messed up and dark and twisted, which typically are shows I like, but I think just with everything going on in the world, like my anxiety is just like my nerves are shot is what it is. So like we watched like a really graphic episode the other night. Like, we're gonna go to bed, then we went to bed, like, we went in the bedroom, and we were like, we'll watch one more episode, and that ended up 2 more episodes, and then this, like, whoa, graphic scene happens, and they keep, like, replaying it, and I'm like, okay, now it's 1:30, we have work in the morning, and, like, I'm not sleeping. So I'm gonna actually use that Trio palette I was talking about earlier, and put that, like, white color on top of the primer I'd used, just so it's like bright. And then I think what I'm going to do is take a really light pink color from my other palettes and put it on top, just so that the pink pops a little bit more, to kind of give it more of that like pink look. I don't know, I'm feeling pink today, and I'm not a pink person. Like, if you ask anybody that's friends with me or knows me, they'll be like, yeah, LeeAnn doesn't do pink, but I'm thinking just a little bit would look pretty. Something different. Always doing like the same eye looks, and like I got all the time in the world, so like may as well utilize some of that time and do something fun, right? So now I'm just kind of blending out what's already there over where I use that primer, so that the primer isn't like anywhere it shouldn't be. Everything kind of like fades into each other, you know? Alright, we're gonna go back in now because we didn't contour, and put some contour on our face, put some color back in our face. And do some mascara, maybe some eyeliner, and call it a day. Like I said, I jump from thing to thing. So this is my 3-in-1 palette, guys. Like, this is like my go-to. Like, I think out of everything I've bought with Farmasi, this is like my favorite, because I have my blush, my highlighter, and my bronzer in one. And it's only 18 bucks, so I got it for like 9 something. Because of my discount. I'm like, I literally scored big time with that. was like a big win. Big win. Like, do you like all these baby hairs that are growing from my shampoo, guys? That garlic shampoo is literally no joke. Like, with the mask and everything, oh, it works so good. Notice, like, new growth. My hair is growing, though I did cut it. I got it cut this week. It's like, I cut some of the dead off of it that was there. Like, I should have taken, like, a last, like, picture of my hair before I cut it so I could have seen the results for, like, 2.5 months I've been using it, and I didn't. So I'm like, good job, LeeAnn. And for the record, my mom cuts my hair because she was a hairdresser when she was younger. So, like, I didn't go anywhere or anything. Okay. I'm gonna do, that's a bit much, under the jawline here. Guys, it feels so good to do my makeup. It's been like a hot minute. I just like haven't had energy to do it. I don't even really have the energy today, but I was just like, I'm gonna do my makeup. Has anybody else been doing their makeup just like to do something? Anyone? Anyone? And then I think what I'm going to have to do is just stick a little bit more concealer under my eyes because I had some fallout from my eyeshadow. Today I went all out. There you go. Literally, I'm just like, it's like life is so boring right now. It's so boring. Like, I will do anything just to kind of like, I don't know, stay busy. Which, like I said, I was doing the masks, but then I was like, ugh, I'm like sick of doing that now too. Hey, Danielle. Yeah, so we're just gonna put some concealer under there to get rid of all of that fallout because I love that eyeshadow. It's like very pigmented and it works really well. But I will say it has quite the fallout. But like those palettes are like $14 or something, or were when I bought them on Coastal Scents. I don't even know if they're available. They're like 1.5 years old, but they were like on sale near Christmas time, and I was like, yes, mine. Girl, this homeschooling is for them. So no. I hear a lot of parents have been having a lot of difficulty, not with the actual act of homeschooling, but that their kids are just like being pains and just making their life even more difficult. And Danielle, I feel for you because you don't have just one. Like, that's gonna be so difficult. Is your husband still working? I know you weren't sure if he was gonna be working still when we talked was that like a week and a half, 2 weeks ago? It's so tough. My cousin's been like homeschooling, helping to homeschool her boyfriend's boys. And she's like, dude, like, I literally like don't know what to do. She's like, not for nothing, but like the actual act of like the work is so hard and like so different than when we were in school. And she's like, on top of that, like trying to teach preteens and teenagers and, you know, like the stuff that they're not understanding. She's like, it's literally like pulling teeth out. You're working today and you worked yesterday too. That's good. Because who wants to focus? Well, you're home. I know if I had to work, even work from home, it wouldn't happen. I know it. Literally. Luckily, like, I'm so glad I still get to go to work. And the kids keep me busy for the day, which is great. It's like pure entertainment when I'm there, and then I come home and I'm like, ugh. 2nd, 7th, and 8th. Oh, God bless your heart. Oh. Elementary is like not bad, and then you get into like middle school and high school and you're like, what the heck happened here? Can we like rewind 10 years? Like, It's so crazy. I know Peabody schools are trying to do like Zoom, like use Zoom for school, which is, I don't know, I feel like it's just too much. These poor teachers, and like from what I hear, like you know, like teachers helpers and stuff, they're obviously like not letting them do anything right now, so it's like all on the teacher. I'm like, the poor teachers, like as if this isn't hard enough. Now they're trying to lesson plan from home. I don't know, it's crazy. It's just crazy. I mean, you know, you have to keep the kids on like a schedule and like, you know, keep up with the education aspect of it, but geez Louise. And I can't even imagine parents that have children with like special needs or like learning disabilities, because it's like a whole nother ball game. The second is the worst, and the others, it's because of the program they're using. What are they using? Like, I don't even, like, Peabody's just, like, kind of doing lessons online, and I think they're, like, having them go on, like, websites to do the work. I don't really know. I'm not in the school system anymore. I don't have anybody in the school systems, but I'm in a lot of, like, Peabody groups and stuff, so I'm, like, reading up on what everybody else is complaining about. Hey, Becca! I just can't imagine, like, this is easy for anybody. I'm just going to get a tissue really quick and clean this off. But yeah, I can't, like, I don't know. I'm glad that the kids that I nanny, like, the oldest one's still in preschool. So, like, you know, we work on our letters and stuff. And I'm like, I'm good with that. Like, God forbid anything like this happen in the future when you're in, like, the 3rd or 4th grade. Like, I don't know about that. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to curl my lashes. So I have been using the lash serum and the, like, for my lashes and brows. And I've noticed that my lashes have grown, and I'm so mad at myself because I didn't take a before picture, and I really wanted to, and I'm never thinking about it until I have makeup on. My sister's homeschooling my nephew, and she's not sending him to school. Well, I don't think schools are open right now. I think everything is closed. Actually, in fact, I don't think there's schools open literally anywhere in the country right now because of all this. You know, as of right now, Peabody school systems are closed as of right now until May 4th. My cousin, who's a senior in Milton, I think it's Milton, they just confirmed that they will not be going back to school this year. Oh, so is she just choosing to homeschool him? I don't think I could do that. Excuse the silence. I need concentration for this part. I don't know. I'm thinking, oh, that's awful. I was always that kid in school that, like, if I saw someone bullying someone, I'd go right up to them and be like, I don't know what your problem is. Like, they're not doing anything to you and you're being mean. I think everybody at some point has been bullied, and, like, I feel like not all teachers or school staff, but I feel like I feel like it's always in the situations where the kids are like really bullied that the teachers like kind of look past a lot of it and are like, they're just kids, like they don't know any better. And it's like, it makes me so sad. It makes me so sad. No child should feel like they're not worth something. And working in a school, you would be surprised how frequently you actually notice it. It's so sad. And a lot of that, I think, and don't hate on me or anything, but I think a lot of that has to do with parenting. I don't blame kids for being mean, you know. They may know it's not right, but they're not being taught to not do it. You know what I mean? Yeah, if anyone bullies my nephew, I'll probably go crazy. I feel that. David's little cousin used to call us when he got on the bus. It was like 8 or 9. We were like, finally, like, hey buddy, like, why do you call us on the bus? Like, you just want to talk, you're bored or whatever? And he was like, no, just a kid's not really nice to me. And I was like, oh hell no, like, do not tell me that, because I will drive 2 hours up to New Hampshire and literally ream this child a new butt. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'll rip him a new one. I just don't. It's so sad. And I'm definitely not saying it's all parents, because some parents are so great about teaching their kids, like, not to bully, you know. We live in a world that, like, I don't know, like, it's almost socially acceptable to talk smack behind other people, like, back. It's just not right. Like, if you wouldn't say it to their face, you shouldn't be saying it anywhere else. And if you're saying mean things to someone's face, then, like, you need a reality check. And that's just where I stand on that. Like, whatever happened to, like, treating others the way you want to be treated, you know? It absolutely is. You're so right. And I think that in itself is where a lot of my anxiety in general stems from. These inner lashes here, guys, they just don't want to cooperate. They don't want to cooperate today. Hey, Biggins. All right. There we go. And then I think I'm just gonna use this one for my bottom lashes, because I wasn't planning on being here super long, and then I started talking, and yeah. That's just normally how it goes. I can't help but make like a mascara face when I do my bottom lashes. It's not cute. There we go. Yes. It's so weird. I haven't had makeup on and like a full face like this in like a hot minute. And then since my mascara is buildable, I always like to kind of like brush what's left on the brush on the tips just to like kind of lengthen the lashes just a little bit more. There you go. And I think I'm gonna throw a little bit of liner on my waterline here. Just kind of darken everything up. And maybe my tight line. Hey, Gabby. There we go. Lippy. Oh, lippy. I have like a neutral pink or like more of like a dark mauve. This is more like a dark. What do you guys think? I'm thinking the light one because it might actually go with my shirt. Making light. Drop some hearts for the light one. Drop a smiley for the dark. What do you guys think? Nicolette says light. That's what I'm thinking too. Yeah, I'm gonna go with light. I need to order the lip conditioner because I really want to try that before this liquid lipstick. It's not super drying, but when I have like, you know, those like dry days, it does get a little bit dry. Today's not one of those days, thankfully, but I'll teach you guys a few tips and tricks with liquid lipsticks that are matte that are more of like a drying type of like, I don't know, consistency. So the first thing, you want to wipe off like the excess, and like you'd be surprised how much excess is actually on a wand. I also really love these ones because they're flat, so I can really like, they're just shaped cool. Like they're shaped for lips. I like that. So I almost make like an X over my Cupid's bow. Or like a V, I guess. I don't know, like an X or a V. Hey, Christina. And I bring it all the way around that Cupid's bow area. And then I follow just the shape of my lip. Almost as if it's like a liner. I'm not a big lip liner person. Hey, Kelly. So again, just on the outside. Now with liquid lipsticks, hey Brittany, do not push your lips together and like rub them together to try to transfer the color. With a liquid lipstick that is like a matte, what happens with that is that it ends up like pulling from one lip to the other, and that's where you get that like uneven, kind of like broken up looking lip. Like I know you guys know what I'm talking about. So what you want to do is you literally want to fill it in. Like literally fill it in. And like I said, like making sure that like the wand isn't saturated, because it's going to make it like tacky. Like texture wise, and that's gonna still create that like lifting from the lips. And then let it dry. These particularly only take about a minute or so to dry. They're they're more like liquidy. Like, I don't know, they're more like a watery consistency, so I feel like they dry faster than ones that are like thick. So I just let it like dry. I think once it's dry, you can do what you want with it. But these do pass like the kiss test. These pass the coffee cup test. I have something in my eye. I like literally there's no transfer once they're completely dried. As long as you're not using too much product. If you put it on too thick, you'll probably see like transfer because it's not fully drying. And sorry for shoving my nose ring through my nose on camera, but I actually lost one the other day. I always put it, my mirror looks like this, guys, so it has like a little tray here. And I always put my nose ring there because I'm like, well, I can just grab it after. And I was downstairs in my room doing my makeup, and I grabbed the mirror and I threw it in the bucket with my makeup. And nose ring was still in there, and I haven't found it, so good times. It was a fun time. I was so bummed out. Aha. I don't know what you were doing in my eye, fuzzball, but you're gone now. So that's pretty much gonna be my makeup look of the day, guys. Still not really sure how I feel about this hair. I don't know if I like that waver tool, but it's something different. Just gonna throw on some setting spray. Smells so good. And I do kind of spray that side of my face over here, because if I were to throw on a hoodie later, which is very likely, sometimes the hoods rub there, and like that's really where I'd only ever get transfer from my makeup. It hasn't actually happened with this makeup. I'm not sure if it's the setting spray or the makeup itself. But I always spray there just in case. But yeah, makeup of the day is done. I feel like a normal human today. It's been a hot minute since I felt like a human. Hey, Brittany. Girl, we gotta get you signed up. But yeah, if you guys hung out, thank you for watching and hanging out with me and chatting with me. Please, 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 please stay at home as much as you possibly can. I know it sucks. I know. But we gotta do our part to help all of the frontline people and the nurses and all of them make their job easier. But with that being said, stay safe. Check in on people, guys. Check in on your loved ones, your friends. If you have friends that are nurses, check in on them. I did a check-in yesterday, and I sent over some money on Venmo for some coffee and caffeine for them because they're being worked like worse than dogs right now, and it's just a crazy time for everybody. So check in on those people that you know might be struggling, and stay safe and stay home. I hope everybody's a wonderful Friday, a wonderful weekend. I think we'll be redoing the bathroom this weekend. I don't know. But I will see you guys soon. So until then, see you later. Mwah.